Hello friends, welcome to my next lecture on discrete mathematical structure, and the topic that we are currently discussing is mathematical logic, and the points that we are going to discuss today in this lecture are tautologies and substitution in instances. Okay, so this is the introductory slide, and if you want to communicate to me, you can communicate on the given email address. And if in any way, if you are liking my videos, if you feel that these videos are good, you can share this to your students or your friends, and you can subscribe my channel. Moving ahead, so let us start with the business today that we want to do. So today we want to discuss about what is a tautology or what are the tautologies. So tautologies are the statement formulas. So these are some statement formulas of A is a formula, let us say, of any type, something like this, let us say. So these are some statement formulas whose output is always true for any independent of the input variables. Independent of the input variables, the output is always true. If it happens, we say that this particular formula is a tautology, or the statement A is a tautology. So statement formula which is true regardless of the regardless of the truth values of the statement which replace the variables in it is called as a universal formula or a tautology. Another situation is there wherein for any of the inputs you are getting the output as always false. So such type of formulas are called as contradiction. Such type of formulas are called as contradiction. Okay, so contradiction is a statement formula which is always false regardless of the input values. Okay, whatever the input variables are there, whatever the values taken for them, it could be either true or false, it is always false. Okay, at that time this is called as the contradiction. So the formulas which are tautology or contradiction, they are called as independent formulas. So the output is independent of the input, we will say. So obviously if there is anything tautology, if its negation is taken, it is going to be the contradiction. Okay, then we may say that the statement formula which is tautology is identically true, so it is always true, and the formula which is contradiction is identically false, that means it is always false. Moving ahead, determining the tautologies. So how to determine the tautologies? First way is what we can do is we can construct the truth table for the tautology, and for that truth table, so if for the formula, if you are getting all the outputs as truths irrespective of the inputs, okay, so we say that the output is true. We say that the formula or the given equation is a tautology. Okay, now the problem with the table construction is so it is very easy. First thing is that the benefit of the table construction, it is very easy, but it goes on becoming tedious as the number of variables in a formula goes on increasing. For one formula, for one variable, the number of rows required are 2. For 2 variables, these are 4. For 3 variables, they are 8. For n variables, they are 2 raised to n. So if you consider n is equal to 10, with n variables, you need to construct a table with 1024 rows. So that becomes tedious. Okay, so that's the problem over here. So alternative method can be developed, and we are going to discuss about that one, how to check whether the given formula is tautology or not without constructing the truth table. And that without constructing truth table, I am going to discuss in another video, but for now I am going to discuss it for the constructing the truth table. So a simple fact about the tautology is that the conjunction of two tautologies, for example, let us say if the A and B are the two formulas, okay, then conjunction of these two formulas, if A is tautology and B is tautology, the conjunction of these two formulas is also tautology. That is tautologies, a fact about the tautology is that conjunction of two tautologies is also tautologies. That is, so if A and B are the two formulas which are also tautologies, then now whenever it is tautology, if we assign any value to the variables of A or any value to the variables of B, any value, the output will be always true. So true and true is going to be true here. Okay, similarly disjunction of two tautologies is also tautology. That is another thing. Moving ahead, so I want to check whether the following formula is tautology or not. So here what we can do is we can construct the truth table. So here P and Q truth table is constructed. So P implies Q. So output is Q whenever P is true. So P is true here and here. So output will be true. Output will be Q. And output is true when P is false. Whenever P will be false, output will be always true. Okay. Then Q implies P. Q implies P is true. Then Q implies P. So now Q. So output will be P now. Whenever Q is true. So here Q is true, output will be T. Here Q is true, output will be false. At all other cases, it will be true. Okay. So now here ORing of these two. So next one we will see. So here I have calculated the value of P implies Q, and here Q implies P, and conjunction of these two can be calculated here. Sorry, it is disjunction of these two. So disjunction of these two is true is true, false true is true, true false is true, and true is true. So finally what we get is, since all the outcomes are true independent of the input variables, independent of the value of A, independent of the value of B, it is always true. Hence I can say that this is a tautology. Okay. Later on in some later on section I am going to give you some equivalence formula of this. So for example, P implies Q. P implies Q can be rewritten as not P or Q. Okay, and this formula can be rewritten as this one, or Q implies P. So Q implies P can be rewritten as not Q or P. So it is all ORing of each other. So what I will do, I'll rearrange this one as not P or P, or not Q or Q. So not P or P. If P is true, not P is going to be false. If P is false, not P is going to be true. So this is going to be true, true or true. So this will be always true. So here this is called as formulation method. Okay. So here you can take some equivalent formulas and you can try to solve that one. So you can solve it by using either truth table, or you can solve it by using substitution method. This is called as the second one is called as a substitution method. But currently we don't know how this has came. In my previous videos I have not shown the equivalence of these two. So sometimes in the next some videos I will try to show the equivalence of these two, and then we will try to solve this one by using substitution method. Okay. So this is about the tautologies. So this is the answer. And another thing is, as told in the previous this one, that negation of tautology. So negation of tautology is contradiction. So you can see here. So here this formula is tautology. It is considered as 1, and negation of that 1 is all the values are false. That is again the outcome of this equation. Now what is the equation? Not of. The equation is not of P implies Q or Q implies P. So this is false irrespective of the input variables. So even if P is true or P is false, or Q is true or Q is false, the output will be false. So this is about the tautology, brief introduction about the tautology. Now next one, consider substitution instance. Now so substitution of, there can be a substitution of B. A can be a substitution of B. We say that A is a substitution instance of B. So when we can say that is, let us say there are two formulas A and B. So now I can say that the formula A is a substitution instance of another formula B if A can be obtained by B. A can be obtained from B by substituting the formula for same variables of B or some variables of B, by substituting the formula of some variables of B with the condition that same formula is substituted for same variables each time it occurs. Okay, we let us take an example and try to discuss this one. So let us say B is a formula. B is equal to P implies J conjunction P. Now I can get the substitutions in instance of B as A, and if I substitute P by, let us say Q, and let us say J by P, and now P is replaced by Q. So this is one substitution instance. This is one substitution instance. Okay, now A is a substitution instance of B. Let us consider this problem in another way. So if you substitute P as R implies S, if we substitute P as R implies S, and then what we get is, if we substitute R implies S for P in this equation, P is, if P is substituted as R implies S, then what we get is R implies S, so this is P, implies J, and again this is P. So this whole formula is called as a substitution instance of the formula B. This whole is called as a substitution instance of the formula B. Okay, so moving ahead, let us say, let us consider A is equal to R if and only if S. So let us consider another, so this is, I can say now is A, R if and only if S implies J and P. This is not a substitution instance for B now. Why it is not a substitution instance for B is, what I am trying to do here is, P is being replaced by R if and only if S, but this second P is not replaced. So whenever you want to substitute for any variable in your formula at that time, if that variable exists for many times at that time, you have to take care that everywhere you are doing this one. So you are replacing each occurrence of the variable with the formula, whatever the formula you choose. So this is not the substitution instance because why it is not? Because it is given. It is not the substitution instance of B because variable P in J and P was not replaced by R and S. Either you have to replace all the variables, or you should not replace any of the variable. Okay, moving ahead. So again, about the substitution instances is, in the previous example we have considered only one variable which is being substituted. Now we can, again, it is possible for us to substitute more than one variables, okay, by other formulas, provided that all the substitutions are considered to occur simultaneously. Now whatever the formulas or whatever the variables you want to substitute, they should be substituted at an instant for each P. For each variable, it should be substituted for every occurrence of a given variable. Okay, so for example, P implies not Q. P implies not Q can be substituted as R and S. R and not S implies not of J or M. Now what is the substitution instance of P? Substitution instance of P here is R and not S. Substitution of instance of Q is J or M. So not is, this not is as it is taken here. Okay, this is also not symbol, this is also not symbol. So this is actually this not symbol. Then in the second case, P is replaced by substitution instance of P is R and not S, same as it is, and substitution instance of Q is R and not S. So this is also a this second one is also a substitution instance of P implies not Q. Similarly, third one, wherein again P, R and not S is P, and Q is now substitution instance of P. Q is P, so Q is replaced by P now. So all other things are same. Now in the fourth case, what is being done is P is replaced by Q, and Q is now replaced by P and not Q, and this not is as it is. So one thing to remember here is that you can make a substitution instance for variable to variable, variable to formula. Okay, each variable can be substituted, always remember. Then you cannot do the substitution as a variable for a formula. For example, if this is given as a equation, let us say, so R and not S implies, if this is given as a input J or M, at that time you cannot replace this whole variable as P and this whole variable as Q. So that is not allowed. Okay, so variable can be replaced, or it can be substituted to formula, or variable can be substituted to another formula, another variable. Formula cannot be substituted to variable. Here not Q cannot be substituted to P. Okay, not, because this whole is a formula now. So not Q can be substituted to not Q. That is not value will remain as it is. Okay, so not Q will be substituted to not P. This is allowed. Okay, so in the second case, both P and Q are being replaced by R and not S, as in this example, second example. And in fourth, what is being done is Q is a substitution instance of P, and P and not Q is a substitution instance of Q. Okay, moving ahead. So now let us consider one example, and let us try to find out the substitution instances here. So P implies not Q is the given, let us say, proposition, given formula. So now here, if you substitute P or Q for P, and if you substitute R for Q, what we get is the substitution index, substitution instance, P or Q implies R. This is a substitution instance for P implies not Q. Okay, P or Q implies not R. This is a new substitution instance that we got by replacing P by P or Q and Q by R. Okay, so all this we are doing simultaneously. It is sometimes possible that you are substituting this formula once and then later on this variable in the next step. So for example, if it happens, what happens, I will show you here. If the substitute step, if we substitute stepwise, what is happening is, if in the first step I replace P by P or Q, so the equation becomes P or Q implies not Q. So in the first step Q is kept as it is, but in the second case, now if you replace if you substitute R for Q, what is going to happen is it will become P or R, Q is replaced by R, and it implies not of R. Now this equation is a substitution instance of this equation, but not this equation, whatever the first equation is given. So I will say that P or R implies not R is a substitution instance for P or Q implies not Q. Okay, for this one, but it is not a substitution instance for P implies not Q. Even though this we got after doing some substitution on this, and this we got after some doing some substitutions on this, but directly we cannot take. This is the substitution instance of the let us say this is equation number 3, and this is equation number 2, and this is equation number 1. So 3 is the substitution instance of 2, and 2 is the substitution instance of 1. Okay, so the substitution can be done in any way, but each time the actual formula changes. This is very much important. The way in which you are doing the substitution, based on that you will get the actual substitution instance. In the formula P implies not Q, these things are to be noted. In the formula P implies not Q, we cannot substitute not Q as R. That is, this is a formula as I have told previously to get P implies R. Okay, we can substitute P as any formula. Example, P as R and S. So P is a variable now. P is not a formula, it is a variable. So variable can be substituted to any formula, but vice versa is not allowed. Formula to variable is not allowed. So that is, we can substitute an atomic variable as formula, but formula or atomic variable, and reverse is, that is, vice versa is not true here. Means formula to variable is not allowed. Substitution of formula to variable is not going to be allowed. Okay. Another fact about the substitution instance is that any substitution instance of tautology is going to be a tautology. So for example, P or not Q is a tautology, and if you substitute P as R implies S, at that time R implies S or not of R implies S, it will be a tautology. Similarly, this also will be a tautology. Now this is a tautology, okay, or if this is a tautology, and then this ORing of these two is again going to become a tautology. Okay, similarly this is also going to be a tautology. This whole is going to become a tautology. Then let us go ahead and let us try to solve some of the examples that we have discussed now. So first one is produce the substitution instance of the following formulas for a given substitution. So now this is a given equation, P implies Q implies P. Now what he is asking is substitute P implies Q for P, and P and Q implies R for Q. So wherever P is there, that is to be substituted as P implies Q. So answer I am directly writing. Then this implies Q. Q will be replaced by P and Q implies R. Okay. Then so two opening bracket through close bracket. This formula implies P. Now P is P implies Q. P is to be substituted by P implies Q. And then this whole implies to P, again, and that P is to be substituted by P implies Q. So this complete is a substitution instance of the first one. Okay. For the second one, now this is the given equation, and substitute Q for P and P and not P for Q. So wherever there is P, so P will be replaced by Q implies, and Q will be replaced by P and not P. Okay, this implies again, so Q is P and not P, plus P is going to be replaced by Q. So this is the substitution. This is the second one substitution index. This is the substitution index for the first question A, and this is the substitution index for the second question. Moving ahead, let us try to solve some more problems. So determine the formulas which are substitution instance of other formulas. So we have 5 formulas given, and if you'll see properly, so it involves only implications. Okay, so we can find out another formula. This is one formula. Okay, now what is being done here is Q is a substitution instance of P. Q is a substitution instance of P, and P implies P is a substitution instance of Q. So if in this equation we do this, what we get is, we get P is replaced by Q implies, now Q is going to be replaced by P implies P, and that implies P is replaced by Q. So now you can see here, so this is C, this is C. I can say that C is a substitution instance of A. C is substitution instance of A. Similarly, if you consider D, so in D what is being done, so there is no replacement for P, but Q in D. Now I am solving it for D, 1 and D are now again. So Q is replaced now by, Q is substituted as P implies Q implies P. So if you do this in the equation number A, what you get is P is kept as it is, implies, now Q is replaced as P implies Q implies P, and again implies P. So now this one is D, this one is D, and which is we have got from 1. So D is a substitution instance of A. Similarly, you can find that B is a substitution instance of E, and E is a substitution instance of B, because all the values they are there. P is replaced by R, Q is replaced by S, R is replaced by Q, S is replaced by P. Okay, similarly now P is going to be replaced by R, that is done here, you can see it. And if you see in the reverse order, you are going to get the same result. So these two are now, because here what is happening is variable is replaced by variable. So variable is being substituted for variable. So if you go in the reverse order also, that is allowed. Okay, if variable is substituted for formula, then reverse is not allowed, but here it is allowed. So I will say that B is a substitution index of E, as well as E is a substitution index of B. Okay, so these are the some of the examples that we solved. With this, the current session ends, and I am very much thankful for you all for attending this particular lecture. And if you like the video and if you like the channel, share it with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.